I think what makes something a tale of our time is a story in which we can find some sliver of identity. Maybe something that helps us see ourselves in a way we haven't seen ourselves before.
Welcome to Tales of Our Times. This is a show where we discuss the stories that move us, what makes them so meaningful, and why others could or should find meaning in them as well. This is not a spoiler-free show, so bear that in mind as you continue to listen. We tackle movies, books, comics, and more. Where there's a story, there's a reason to read. I'm your host, Amanda Stevens, and joining me today in the studio is another returning guest, Cole Jones.
Hi.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us previously during our special theme.
Thanks for having me again.
Now, some people may have missed that episode, so would you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Cole. I am a teacher. I've been here in Taiwan for a little over a year now, but outside of work, I'm very creatively influenced and going after hobbies and things.
Well, then let's get into a book that is also about somebody, at least on the surface, creative. What book have you brought for us today?
I have The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Now, this is something that I feel like I have seen pop up on a lot of reading lists. And this book I feel like has been part of the larger zeitgeist for a while now. Do you think that there's anything we should know about it?
I mean, yeah, the hype definitely was there for it. It was something that my best friend actually recommended that I read a while back.
Yeah.
With reading this, it's good to know, if you are not someone who is a little more, spiritually minded or open to spiritual experience, you may not resonate with it as much.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really good, it's something that I would recommend everyone read. I feel like you can get something out of it in a way that influences your life in some positive way.
Wow. Okay. Then in that case, let's just get started. Can you please give us a summary of The Alchemist?
Sure. So it's about this boy who is an Andalusian shepherd. And he goes into saying how he was meant to work in the church. He was meant to be a priest, but he wanted to travel the world. So his father recommended he become a shepherd. So he did.
Not what I would have usually recommended if you want to travel the world.
No. Well, and that's what made me realize, this is set in a time far, far, far back.
Oh, okay. So it's not modern.
It is not modern day, no.
Okay.
But so he's out traveling with his sheep, but you get some backstory that he met a merchant's daughter. So he's excited to see this girl, and that's when things completely change and the story starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as he's on his way, he meets this, the translation, the book says gypsy. I know we don't really say that anymore, so
yeah.
Mystical vibed traveler, and she unprovoked tells him he's going to find a fortune, and as payment she makes him promise a 10th of his treasure when he finds it. And he's like, okay, that's weird, sure, whatever.
Right.
But then after he meets the traveler just a little bit, maybe a few days, he meets this old man who you don't really know at first glance, starts to echo the same thing.
From the magic woman.
Yeah. So,
okay.
And come to find out, this man is a king. But then as the boy talks to him more, that's when we get into I guess the language of the book of we all have this personal destiny. There's a certain word or phrase that the book uses, and I don't quite remember, but everyone has their own personal legacy that they are meant to find, to reach. And he goes into saying how there's a language of the universe, not with words, but it's all about how you feel, and how when you are on the right path, the universe will send you signs that you are on the right path.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And when you're not on the right path, that's when the universe will send you omens to get you back on the right path.
Okay.
So his mind is unlocked to all of this. And the man tells him where you're going to find your treasure is at the pyramids in Egypt. And this guy's like, what's that?
Yeah.
Because they're in Spain right now.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, sure. Next thing we know, the boy he's so excited about this new prospect of fate, destiny, fulfilling his purpose. The king, he was like, give me some of your flock. That's payment for this. And the guy's like, okay, sure, I'm going. He buys a ticket to go over into Africa.
Yeah.
In maybe Morocco, I guess, because it's right across that little strait. Yeah. So he's in North Africa, but like the opposite end of where Egypt is.
Yes.
So he gets
has
there.
to cross Africa and notably the Sahara.
Yeah. And then he immediately, after he gets there, he goes to this bar. He doesn't speak Arabic, so he doesn't know what's happening and lost all his money, all his everything. But then he decides to stay, finds work with a crystal merchant, learns Arabic, and as he's working, he brings a lot of really good business to the store. The crystal merchant is like one of the most successful in the area now. And he tells this man that he's going to get the money so he can go back home. But then when the time comes, he remembers this grand
scheme.
This grand, I guess, prophecy, so to speak. Like his purpose is to go to the pyramids. So then he sets off. He finds a caravan that is going to this big oasis in between there and Egypt. Like
halfway to Egypt, basically.
As he's in the caravan, he meets this Englishman he's into alchemy. He is, the Alchemist.
Yeah, sorry. I was rolling my eyes. For people who want to know why Cole was doing an aside, it was, in my mind, it was like, of course, it's the Englishman. He's like, alchemy, we're going to find gold.
Exactly. And what's funny is that is the Englishman's perspective of alchemy, is turning things into gold, and that's what he wants to do.
That was my immediate assumption as well. Okay, continue.
But the Englishman is on his way to meet, the Alchemist.
Oh, okay. The titular alchemist, perhaps.
The namesake of the book. Yeah, he's going to meet the alchemist who lives at the oasis. Okay. And as he talks to this guy more, the alchemist is teaching him things about alchemy, and the shepherd boy is tapping into the energy of the desert as they're there. He's learning the signs of the desert. He's very tapped in energetically to everything around him. As they're doing this, there are warring tribes within the area, but they make it to the oasis, and the Englishman immediately wants to look for the alchemist. They don't find him. But one good thing about the book is that sometimes it will change perspective to another person. So it changes to the alchemist, and it's like
the titular alchemist, or the one that he's traveling with.
No, the big guy.
Alchemist. Yeah. Okay.
It's like, from his perspective, he's like, the day has come. I'm meant to meet the person who I will help the most on their journey. Because Mr. Alchemist guy, he is completely tapped into the secrets of the universe. He knows the language, he knows the code, he knows the signs, the omens. So the Englishman does meet the alchemist, but the alchemist sends him on his way. He's like, once you can make gold, come back to me.
Oh, don't talk to me till you got gold. Exactly.
So the Englishman goes off and does his thing. That's kind of the last you hear of him. But the shepherd boy meets... I think first he meets... This is obviously me being the romantic that I am. This is my favorite part of the book. He meets a girl at the well, and they describe it as when they locked eyes, the world stopped. Nothing else mattered. What came before wasn't there. What's to come didn't trouble him. He was completely just, my soul has connected with the other soul that I'm supposed to connect with. And,
ooh,
it's just I'm kicking my feet in a little tee-hee-hee moment.
Yes.
And, but they meet and they talk, and he keeps meeting up with her. And she's very supportive. He tells her about all these things, and she's like, well, I'm a woman of the desert, so I'm so used to our men. They go out and they go, and she's like, you never know if they will come back. So fulfill your life's mission. Go do what you need to do. Just know that, you love me, I love you. Well, we just met today, but I love you, you love me.
But I felt the same thing.
Right. The earth stopped for me too, baby. So... But then this guy doesn't mean to meet the alchemist, but he just meets the alchemist.
Serendipity.
But the alchemist knows. He's like, this is him. Things happen. The alchemist and the boy, he's like, I'm taking you to your destiny, pretty much. So they leave the oasis to go to Egypt. They're on their way. They pass by checkpoints of some of these warring tribes. Then they get to another one who are not as chill, and it's right before he gets to Egypt. And they take all of his money. And the alchemist sold him up. He was like, yeah, this man, we're part of some greater destiny. He knows how to become wind. And they were like, well, you have 3 days to show us that. or we're going to kill
rules.
you.
Yeah, okay.
And the shepherd boy, he's like freaking out. He's like, are you going to tell me how to do it? And the alchemist is like, baby, that's up to you. And, you know, it lights a fire under him like no other. He's racking his brain. Like, he's going out, spending time in the desert. He's trying to connect with not only the desert, but the wind. He's really trying to study everything he can. And then the day comes, and the boy's out there. He's like, it's going to take a while. And they're like, that's fine. We want to see a miracle of God. So, like, go ahead. So he's out there, and he connects with the desert. And it's funny because, like, at this time, you've heard of him, like, connecting with these different forces, but this is the first time you ever, like, experience them, like, talking back to him.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So he connects with the desert. The desert's like, well, you know, you might need help from the wind. And then he connects to the wind, and he's talking to the wind, and the wind is like, let's connect you to the sun. He connects with the sun. And the sun is like, I need to connect you with the heavens. And during all this time, like, the people are back there. There's this big, like, whirlwind. Wind is blowing, sand is blowing, and they're like, what is this? What is this sorcery?
Yeah, they're like freaking out. They're like, oh my God. But he can't hear this because he's on a collect call with the heavens right now. Like,
and so they're like, oh my God. But so he connects with the heavens, and it's like, to me, that was a really beautiful moment, because when he connects with the heavens, there's silence. But he gets this sight into the spirit of God is inside the spirit of the wind and the sun and the sand, the desert, the hand that created all. It's among us all. So, like, basically it's the whole idea of, like, I am God. It's we're all connected. We're all one.
Yeah.
And in doing all that, the wind does, like, shift him a little bit, and he, like, appears to be beside one of the tribesmen whenever it all settles. You know, mission accomplished, and they're like, okay, go on your way. Thank you. So the story keeps going. And the alchemist is like, you have to do the rest on your own. And he is on his way. He gets this strong message from the universe. The place where you cry is the place you will find your treasure. So he sees the pyramids. He falls. He like falls to his knees, and he starts crying. He's like, oh, I made it. I saw it. They're beautiful. I'm here. Well, then these people come up. They beat him up, take his gold. Bye. And the boy said something about his destiny. And somebody was like, oh, that's crazy, because they said my destiny was going to this place called Andalusia and finding this old ruined church with a sycamore tree, and there being treasure buried underneath its roots. Mind you, this is where this boy and his sheep hung out regularly. Bam, that's his treasure. So he leaves, goes back to Spain, digs up under the tree, and finds gold coins, jewels. So he's like, okay, got my
full
treasure.
Circle, yeah.
Right. Says he's going to see the traveler, give her her portion. And then it describes the desert winds coming across and blowing, and he smells the perfume of the girl he had met at the oasis. And then the last line is like, because her name is Fatima. She's like, Fatima, I'm coming for you. And that's
where it ends.
Yeah.
Wow. It is like a real full circle journey. Wow. That's a lot more. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect anything about that. Like that, it is a lot more, like you said, spiritual and a really beautiful journey.
Yeah.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah. It's, for me, it was just like, sometimes what you need is, it could be close to where you started, but it's just a sign that, like, every single thing that you go through in life is meant to lead you where you are currently and where you are going. As trivial as it seems, sometimes everything truly does have its purpose in you becoming who you are and moving towards your ultimate goal.
So then let's get into how, we'll start with this, like, how did you first encounter this story? You said your friend gave you this book a while ago.
Yes. You're
just picking it up now. Like, what led you to do that?
Well, okay, so my best friend gave it to me in a time of life where I was kind of unsure about what I should be doing, where I should be going. And this was before I moved here. I was still in the States. Super depressed episode of life. No forward motion in life of any sort. And she gave it to me. She was like, I think this will help. This will inspire you. And I was like, thank you. But I never picked it up.
Yeah.
I just held on to it. And then so much has changed since then. Here I am in a different country.
Yeah.
Doing a job that I actually enjoy and not one that steals my joy.
Like, slowly killing you.
And honestly, I think in the book talking about how things happen at the right time, I think this is a product of that, because now that I'm reading this, I'm in a much better place to receive this message. I'm in a much better place to really apply it to my life as it stands and how to move forward.
Mm-hmm. So you feel like one reason you picked it up now is sort of that same like serendipity, as like just kind of felt right, and then now having read it, that feels like that was what drove you to it, that it was like the right moment to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get into what you got out of it then.
Okay.
Like, what meaning did you find in The Alchemist?
One of the main messages is that when navigating life, you have to follow your heart. That like love is kind of a guiding force.
You can definitely kind of feel that. It feels like two of his biggest encounters are because he was sort of chasing feelings of childish or even more serious love. Like he meets the magic woman in Spain because he's constantly on his grind going back and forth to see the merchant daughter he likes. Yeah. And then like where he meets Fatima is where he meets the alchemist who sends him on his way.
So yeah, like just following your heart. If your heart truly knows what it wants and you're on your path, it will always lead you to what you need. It will always lead you the right way. And that's kind of how I navigated life anyway, even through some, cynicism and skepticism. Yeah. But like, very emotionally driven, like, if it feels right, then it must be right.
Do you have an example of that?
Honestly, moving here, when I moved to Taiwan, it was completely based on just intuition. Yeah. It just, I had never visited before. I didn't know much about how things are here, culture, people, anything. And I'm just like, it feels right, so I'm going to do it. Okay. And then when I made that decision, everything just lined up. Every single thing
fell into place to help you get here.
Exactly. And honestly, I think it was me having that experience. I needed to have that experience first before I read this. So I could be like, you know what? There's some truth to it.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. You had to feel the serendipity. You kind of had to feel, I keep using that word, but like, that everything just working out just so. Yeah. So then let's get into what meaning do you think that others could get from this? Or another way to say that question would be, what do you think makes The Alchemist a tale of our time?
I think it's a good way to show people that navigating life for everyone is so difficult, sometimes like paralyzing at times, because we have so many things going on outside of ourselves, outside of our own wants and needs, where there's so many things to consider. And I think it's just a reminder that if you get back to a more simpler approach of just like, what do you want out of life? What makes your soul happy? What resonates with you? Chase it. And if it's meant to be, it's going to all come together in a way that makes you realize it's meant to be.
Is this a book that you would like recommend for a wide group of people? Or it sounds like, because, and I don't normally ask this question, but I'm kind of asking because you said you felt like this book found you at the right moment. Like you were in the moment to like receive this information. Yeah. And it kind of helped you to like orient yourself. So I guess what I'm wondering is like, do you think that like there's a certain group of people who would benefit more from reading The Alchemist now?
I mean, honestly, I think it's beneficial for everyone. It's a good read, but like, I think especially if you feel like you're in a phase of life where you really don't know what's next, or you're having a lot of doubt about where to go, what to do, like going through this story and then like the ultimate message of it would be extremely helpful. But also, I guess because of my own experience, if you feel drawn to this book, then you need to read it.
Yeah, it feels like to get the full experience, you're going to want to read it. Exactly. Like in the words that it presents itself. So unfortunately, we are out of time. But before we finish up here, if you were to give The Alchemist a one-phrase subtitle of your very own, what would that be?
Let's see. The Alchemist. Listen to your heart. It will always lead the way.
Or your heart will lead the way.
Yeah, that's right. Your heart will lead the way.
Yeah. Well, Cole, thank you so much for coming back on the show. I loved hearing about this book. This was a really like almost meditative experience, honestly. So truly, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. It's nice to be back.
Yay. And to all of you listeners out there, thank you for being drawn to our show today to listen to Radio Taiwan International and, more importantly, Tales of Our Time. I was your host, Amanda Stevens, with our guest, Cole Jones, discussing the book, The Alchemist. Your heart will lead the way. A Tale of Our Time. We'll see you next time.